Have you ever wondered how it's like to write a crochet pattern? Hi, I'm Tinks. I'm a crochet pattern designer based in Italy, and in this video I'm gonna take you with me through the process of me writing a crochet pattern, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to share some tips if you maybe are interested in writing a crochet pattern yourself, or maybe you already are a pattern designer or just write patterns for yourself and are interested to see how other people like me do it. So let's get into it. First things first, I'm gonna write a checklist for everything that I have to do to get this pattern done as quickly as I can. I know myself and I know that I'm not gonna be able to do everything exactly like I plan, but writing those checklists always help me to just keep track of everything that I did and everything that I still have to do, and so that everything is, let's say, organized. Pattern writing is never something that you can plan or organize, at least some points that won't go as planned, but still it's helpful to keep focused on your goal. So let's write a checklist. So here's everything that I have to get done from the start of the idea and crocheting the piece to the end of then actually publishing. And I thought it would be really fun to track the time, like how long it actually takes me to from the start of the idea to then publishing the pattern. In like, I don't know, days I actually work on it, just to get like an idea of how time consuming pattern writing actually is, even though it's just a PDF document or it's just taking some notes. It's so much more to, of course, give you the best pattern possible. So I can already check off the first thing of my list, which is crocheting the prototype and taking notes, because I decided to film this after already crocheting the design, and I'm gonna put the amount of days it took me to work out the idea and to crochet then, which was about 3 days. And this is what it looks like. Nothing really special, quite basic, I would say. I of course ran out of yarn, so I had to change yarn mid through the project, but I feel like it actually looks really good with like the two colors, so you can wear it on both sides, since the back and the front will be the same. So let's do the very first try on. That's always something really special for me, because of course when I make something and like just hold it to my body, it looks totally different when actually wearing it, because it maybe lays different as you want it to, or is maybe a little bit too big, a little bit too small. You can never actually tell until you actually finish and wear it. Let's just say I don't hate it, but it definitely does not lay as I want it to. It's like way too big. On the sides, it just hangs. I don't know, it just doesn't, it should be laying more tighter to the body. Honestly, that's the hard truth about writing crochet patterns. Everything's just about trying, frogging, redoing, and trying again until it looks how you want it to. So it's always a lot of work to only get like the prototype or like the first version done before then doing even more changes to make it perfect. So there are a lot of things that I have to change, but nothing too dramatic, nothing that messes up the whole design. So what I'm gonna do basically is I will make it tighter in like the width, and also the straps are, for me personally, a little bit too long, so I'm gonna change that. But it means that I have to frog the whole project and start all over again. Yay! I actually don't even mind this part of the process. I know it's a lot of work that I kind of just like destroy, but I know that at the end there's gonna be an item, a product, something to wear for myself that I will actually like wearing then. So I really don't mind making those changes, and if that means to unravel the whole thing, then I'm just gonna do that because I want the outcome to be good. I want it to look like I want it to look like, and I want to be able to actually wear it then. Because the thing with me and my crochet items is that I sometimes make things because I think that I can make it and I think that it's gonna be fun to make it, but it's not really like my style to then actually wear it. So I have quite some things that I made but never really wear, and to be honest, it's most of my crochet items. So there are really just a few of them that I actually wear, also because I'm afraid to ruin them when I wear it. So lately I'm really trying to only make things that I will actually wear, instead of just making things because I feel like it could be a fun project. I hope that makes sense. I'm using both the colors to try again. This is Rainbow 84 by Hobby. I personally love working with that yarn for summer projects. Also because they have so cute colors and the yarn is not too expensive, but I for sure gonna need all the yarn. It's 2 skeins of yarn for both colors, and I'm actually already gonna start filming some content because I always like to make this type of video where I like show the whole process of creating the piece, like from start to finish, and have this like aesthetic process video, but where I basically just show my hands and the project, so you don't actually see me, maybe at the end wearing it, but no talking, just some, I don't know, I feel like I would call it ASMR crochet content. Okay, so for this video I have to get a little creative and prepare like my chair as the setup for this video, because I don't really know where else to film this with like a neutral background. So I'm just gonna put a white sheet over it and hope that it turns out aesthetically pleasing to watch. We'll see. So now I will continue making the better version of the design, and I have my old notes here and will take some new notes, and I really hope that this time it won't take me as long as the first version took me to make, because I already kind of know what I'm doing and know the stitches and already am like in this flow of crocheting instead of creating, if that makes sense. So let's hope that I will be done with crocheting this one by the end of tomorrow. I've procrastinated quite some time now to keep working on this crochet pattern, but I'm back with an update. Yesterday randomly I started writing the pattern and I'm halfway done, which is good. There's a lot of explaining to do for this pattern, but I'm gonna make the tutorial video anyways, so it's gonna be easier to understand. It's not gonna be a level 1 pattern, that's what I can already tell. But that's okay, just because it's not the easiest pattern doesn't mean that a beginner can't try, because there's always something you can learn from crochet patterns or projects in general. So I'm really excited to put this pattern out. So I'm just gonna keep working on the last part of writing the pattern and hope to also already get the post for the tester call ready. We'll see what I'm gonna get done today. It's like this thing about being a pattern designer and content creator. You also have to create content, which is a lot sometimes, because you're always trying to bring something new, but writing a crochet pattern takes so much time, and if I'm gonna post content just about that one pattern for months, it's gonna be really boring to watch. So while working on the crochet pattern, I also always try to make some quick small projects in between, so that I always have something, at least something to post, something new, something interesting, not always like the same project. It's not that I have to, but I myself don't like seeing the same things over and over again from the same creator. So that's why I'm trying to vary a little bit with the content, but that also means that the process of writing the crochet pattern takes even longer, because I can concentrate on just doing that. When I once start with writing the pattern, I'm like in there and I'm not gonna stop until it's done. Like, I started yesterday morning and kept working on writing the pattern until like 6 p.m. and I'm halfway done. So that means one more day, hopefully, and I'm gonna be done. Basically, writing the pattern only takes about 2 days, but it's like all the rest around this process that makes it this really time-consuming and long project. But it's okay, it's worth it, especially when seeing people then actually working with the pattern and seeing how their version looks like, color combinations, and just seeing other people create something that you basically made is the best feeling. But I'm gonna keep working on writing the pattern now. If not, we'll never stop talking and we'll never get this done. So here's what it looks like so far. I still don't have a name for this design, so not sure what to do. Might ask ChatGPT. We'll see. It's gonna be part of my Not Knit collection. I love including these illustrations. I think they're just so cute and it makes everything so much easier to understand. So yeah, I'm kind of done with the pattern. There are just some details and some little things that I still need to add later. Also, I'm gonna put the video link into the pattern. Have to do that later, also the timestamps, but I'm done for now. It took me, I think, about 14 hours to write the pattern. I finally posted the pattern tester call on TikTok and on Instagram, and it got quite some attention, so I hope that there are many applies. I created the application form on Google Documents and put the link in my bio, and it's been, I think, 5 days now. So let's see how many people applied. Okay, so this is my Google document. Now let's update the page to see how many applies there are. And it's 69 people. Oh my god. That's always the most exciting part about the pattern writing journey, because just by how many people apply to the pattern test, it already kind of like tells me if the pattern's going to sell or not. I feel like it's not even as important if the pattern is perfect like from the beginning, because pattern writing is difficult. There are so many things that you have to think about and include and do to make the pattern as accessible as possible. And of course, the release date is also a very exciting day, but the pattern tester call and seeing people apply for the testing always gives me another push, like so much motivation to keep going. 69 people is crazy for a pattern tester call for me. I'm so excited, so I'm gonna go through all of them and check out every single one of them to see if they would fit or not, and then I'm gonna choose 10 people and try to choose all kinds of sizes and crochet experience level. And I'm so thankful for all the people who are helping me out with this, because pattern testing is something very special, because there are people willing to help you improve your product for free. And I always try to compensate my testers by giving them one of my patterns for free at the end of the testing. This is the version of the top that I made for the tutorial video. I always try to do 2 versions basically of whatever I create. One is like the prototype and the second one is the optimized version that I make for the tutorial video. So in this beautiful brown, I already know how to style it. So the pattern testing phase is kind of done. I totally forgot to film basically all of it, but my testers did have 4 weeks to test the pattern, and I personally loved the testing phase because I love the testers. It always helps me so much when the testers don't just blindly follow the pattern and then say, yeah, it's good or no, it's not, but they also ask the question why. Like for example, there's like this whole calculation to know how many stitches you need to skip to then like create this shape that it has. And one of the testers asked me, why do I have to do this calculation? Like what does it do to the pattern? And I always love that, because it shows that people are not just interested in redoing, but also interested in understanding how it works. I hope that makes sense. And they were all really so sweet and so helpful. One of them even sent me, like, for this whole calculation part, a, let's just call it better version, because as you know, my native language is not English, but the pattern is written in English, so that was really helpful to make it more understandable. So today is Wednesday and my testers do have time until Saturday to finish. So now I'm gonna make a feedback form for them to fill out with some questions in general about the pattern and the different parts about the pattern and how they kind of liked it and how understandable it is. Okay, I got all the feedback and the pictures, and let's just say the feedback overall was really positive. There are some things that I have to rewrite and maybe think of a different way to explain it, but that was pretty clear from the beginning. But the lighting right now is amazing, so before I get deeper into the feedback, let's take some product pictures. It's just a little, the space is not too big, so it's a little hard to film this from a different perspective, but I got my white wall in the background, my phone is right there, and the lighting is beautiful. I'm gonna take some pictures with this really nice sun coming through the window, and I'm gonna try different outfits basically, because it's starting to get cold outside and it's probably not the best timing to publish a pattern for a summer top, but with the different outfits. Maybe that's gonna make it more of like this autumn pattern and like this all-rounder, so like you can wear it as summer top and also for like as a layover to make a cute outfit. Okay, now I made about 200 pics. Now let's choose which ones I want to keep and which ones I'm gonna delete. I'm using Lens Buddy to take photos of basically all of my garments when wearing them, because it's a little hard with like the timer and so on to get nice pictures. So I'm just letting the app do what it does to take multiple pictures and I can just pose. So this is what my feedback forms kind of look like. I always try to make them a little fun with diagrams and these kind of things. As you can see, they were really invested in the pattern testing, and I'm so grateful for everyone who participated, and everyone did such a great job in giving me honest feedback. So I'm basically asking questions like, how clear was part 1 of the pattern? What would you change? Did you find any grammar or spelling mistakes? And the same for part 2. And then at the end I always ask what kind of level of difficulty they would give the pattern, and this one definitely got intermediate. And just to clarify my level of difficulty again, if it says 4 out of 5, that doesn't mean that it's only for advanced intermediate crocheters. It's also for beginners, but it might be a little bit more challenging for beginners. So I always say, no matter your skill level, go for harder patterns, because that's how you learn so much more about the craft. When you challenge yourself a little bit, you can learn so many new things. At the end, then of course, all my testers get a free pattern along with the final version of the pattern. The ocean nut knit sweater and the chestnut knit sweater is always under the top 3 of my testers in general. I'm currently working on putting the pattern to Etsy. There's some things that I have to do, like choosing which pictures I'm gonna use, and then of course the product description. That's always something that's kind of hard for me. I tend to overthink things way too much than I have to, and then I just like get stuck on certain points. The pattern is out. This is always such a special moment for me. I have this feeling of relief and like I'm just proud of myself that I myself from start to finish created something like this, and people can now get it and recreate. That's just that's crazy to me. And here it is. It's so beautiful. Definitely one of my favorite designs so far. I know I'm saying that with every design, but just look at it. Oh my goodness. So here's my checklist again. I did everything I had to do, and the numbers right here are the days. So how many days it took me to write this crochet pattern from start to finish. So the total is 52 days to get this pattern done. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. The pattern is finally online and I am so happy how everything turned out, and I'm so grateful for all my testers for helping me with this. And I have already been working on my next project, a cardigan, which will also be part of the Not Knit collection, but with a different type of stitch style, let's just call it like that. And that was so much fun for me to film and to take you with me through the process of how I personally write crochet patterns and everything that comes with it. So thank you so much for watching and see you soon!